In 1867, the Second French Empire invited the world to Paris for the Great Universal Exposition, a massive showcase of industrial might and cultural dominance. Emperor Napoleon III played the gracious host. He welcomed foreign dignitaries with open arms, projecting an aura of international brotherhood and stability. But one of his guests, King Wilhelm I of Prussia, represented a growing geopolitical problem. Just a year earlier, Prussia crushed the Austrian Empire in a rapid 7-week war, emerging as a massive military threat on the French border. Behind King Wilhelm stood his chancellor, Otto von Bismarck. Bismarck had a singular, overriding ambition: to fold the remaining independent southern German states into a single German empire under Prussian control. The independent southern states remained wary of Prussian power, yet they shared a centuries-old rivalry with the French. Bismarck realized that if he could goad France into acting as an aggressor, these states would be forced to seek Prussian protection, unifying all of Germany through a common defense. The opportunity to spark that war came from an unexpected place. A revolution in Spain overthrew Queen Isabella II, creating a dangerous power vacuum. The Spanish provisional government scrambled to find a replacement. They needed a stabilizing monarch, careful not to upset the delicate balance of power between Europe's rival empires. Bismarck saw a chance to provoke the confrontation he needed. By quietly backing a Prussian candidate for the Spanish throne, he could force Paris into a public standoff that would offend German national pride. By 1870, news broke that the Spanish crown had been offered to Prince Leopold, a distant relative of the Prussian king. For France, this was a geographical nightmare. A Prussian ally on the Spanish throne meant France would be completely surrounded. Paris immediately launched an aggressive diplomatic pressure campaign, demanding that Prince Leopold reject the offer. On July 12th, the pressure worked. Leopold's father caved and officially withdrew his son's candidacy. France had won a clear, bloodless diplomatic victory. But the French foreign minister, the Duc de Gramont, let pride cloud his judgment. A simple withdrawal wasn't enough. He wanted to publicly humiliate the Prussian crown, a demand that walked France directly into Bismarck's waiting trap. The very next morning, the French ambassador tracked down King Wilhelm I while he was vacationing at the resort town of Bad Ems. The ambassador demanded a formal, written guarantee that no relative of the king would ever again claim the Spanish throne. Wilhelm, maintaining his composure, politely but firmly refused to make any such eternal promise. Wilhelm's staff sent an internal telegram to Bismarck in Berlin, accurately summarizing the exchange. It was a dense, routine diplomatic report, noting that the conversation had ended respectfully. Bismarck saw the telegram and immediately grabbed a pencil. He began crossing out every conciliatory phrase and polite detail, deliberately sabotaging the original tone. The condensed text, which became known as the Ems Dispatch, told a completely different story. It falsely painted the French ambassador as making arrogant, unacceptable demands, and the Prussian king as ruthlessly dismissing him. Bismarck leaked this maliciously edited document to the international press. By altering a few sentences, he weaponized a polite conversation into a calculated psychological trap, specifically designed to trigger a war of pride. The edited dispatch hit the Parisian streets on July 14th, Bastille Day. Reading what looked like a blatant insult to their national honor, the French public erupted into a furious nationalist frenzy. 5 days later, on July 19th, France formally declared war on Prussia. Bismarck's manipulation of public outrage had worked flawlessly. By declaring war, France became the aggressor. This triggered mutual defense treaties, legally forcing the independent southern German states to ally with Prussia and march to its defense. The French army, expecting a quick victory, was systematically dismantled by a superior Prussian military machine. By September, the French forces were crushed at the Battle of Sedan. Emperor Napoleon III was taken prisoner, and the Second French Empire completely collapsed. Bismarck had successfully weaponized the international press and a single edited telegram to forge a unified German empire, sacrificing the stability of Europe and the future of the French monarchy to achieve his vision.